fuck was that?
All right. Welcome to What the Fuck Did I Dream Last Night? I'm Jaynee.
I'm Jess. Hello.
I had to do that when you weren't looking. I got nervous. Me and
There
Jess
you
haven't been
go.
together in a while, guys.
I
We're
know.
figuring this out again.
This is our first time. This is my first time recording with you since you're a mom of two. And I was like, how does this work? Does our record time change? Like now that you have a second baby? You're like, no. The second one,
She's the easy
she's
one.
just not going sleeping.
Yeah, this is I'm back to my recording beverages. I have my 2 beers and my bottle of water.
There you go. Oh my God, so responsible.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do have to admit it's like a different look about you right now with mom of two. It's a good look.
I think what the look is I have my blue light glasses on because I was getting a headache and I thought that
I
they would
know.
help because I
I
gotta
think
stare at
that's
the
it.
computer. It's definitely just the glasses.
Glasses really help put on like a
Like,
good
let me
facade.
take them off. Yep, just the same old Jaynee here. And we put them back on, and now I'm a sophisticated mom of 2 that's drinking Lion's Head.
That's how I feel about work. Like glasses really helped me when I first started working and I was like 23 or 24.
Hmm.
And patients thought I was like literally 12.
Yeah.
And so I started wearing my glasses a lot more. Well, then it like effed up my vision because I did not need to wear my glasses that much.
Uh-huh.
So it's like now when I wear say I take my glasses off for whatever reason, I did it the other day and my nurse was like, oh God, like, looks like you didn't sleep. And
Listen,
I'm like,
so
okay.
okay, this is kind of along the same page. Like my eyebrows, I always color them in. If I don't color in my eyebrows now, people are like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Nope, just wearing my natural eyebrows today.
Is
Sorry."
that so weird?
And like, I feel better when I color in my eyebrows as well. But like the one day when I was working, like before I had Penny, but it was like close to the end, and I was just exhausted, and I had no makeup on or anything.
Yeah.
Bill like told Nicole like, I think something's wrong with Jaynee. Nicole's like, no, she just doesn't have makeup on, and she's like 9 months pregnant and is probably just exhausted today.
That's always so funny to me when you don't wear makeup and people are like, oh my God, you look ill. It's like, cool.
I probably
And
also just looked like a shit show because I was literally just miserable that day, and it was always like 90 degrees towards the end of my work experience.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So what's it like in dream world now being a mom of two?
So first, I wanted to bring up about. Remember how we were talking about how I was having dreams about like what the baby looked like?
Mm-hmm.
So, um, I had that one dream where she was small and had a lot of dark hair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was super tiny, and she still is super tiny. She's a very tiny baby. She was
Mm-hmm.
born 6 pounds 1 ounce, and her weight dropped a lot, so we had to do like weight checks, like all of that fun, good stuff, you know. But she's good.
Right.
Like she's just a tiny baby. I just make tiny humans.
Yes.
So I just thought it was funny that like so far like those 2 dreams were correct, that like she was small. She was a girl. She was born with like dark hair too, but not like in my dream. She had like a full head of hair, and you know,
Yeah.
I also just make bald children as well, so
No,
that's okay.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, you need to go back and look at like Molly's photos of like,
But yeah, but now she has like pretty curls.
yeah, at like 2.5, almost 3 years old. It
That's
took her
true,
that
I
long to get hair.
guess. To me, Molly's still like 1 years old.
I
Touche.
was like, so my husband was like bald like that for a while. But like I was born with a shit ton of hair. My niece and nephew were both like born with a shit ton of hair. Like so like these
Hmm.
bald babies, I'm like, excuse me. No, we have hair. And of course they're both girls. I'm like, let me put stuff in your hair.
Yeah, I feel like most people I know have like, I guess, had like bald babies. So I don't know.
Like if you look now, I'll have to show you a picture like after we're done. Like I'm gonna look one up and send you one of Molly at like 5 months. She's literally bald, like bald as can be. And like I don't even recall her being this bald until I look back at photos, and it cracks me up.
I'll
Like
have
it's
to look now
hilarious.
because it'll
She just
probably be
had
the same thing for me.
such a round, chubby little face, like the cutest little perfectly round face, and just bald. She looked like Mr. Clean, like looked like Mr. Clean's son.
That's funny. Oh man, I just got excited because I realized I have no idea what your family is being for Halloween this year.
I don't
Don't
know
say
what we're
it.
being either. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Wait. Oh. Well, I kind of
Okay.
I kind of know what we're gonna be, but I haven't like I'm a little behind.
So
Um,
usually we're the type we love fall, so we usually know. Like everyone starts. Our friend group always like started to plan their Halloween costumes like pretty early, or at least throw out some ideas.
mhm.
But I what I am most excited for to have a kid or to be pregnant is Halloween because it is this like you know you have a it's like the one time you can only do certain costumes when you're pregnant. So if you have like a pregnant about to pop belly for
That's it.
Halloween, or if you have like little teeny tiny human like you do right now, like there's certain costumes that you can only do at those moments in
Yeah.
time.
That's like when I was pregnant with Molly, I went to your brother's Halloween party and I was Prego, like the sauce, and Trevor
Right.
was spaghetti. That was fun.
Yeah.
Um,
So, but we'll talk about that on the
we definitely
Halloween episode, I
already
guess.
we already talked about this in this summer, and I said that I did know what we were being, but I changed it. So I
Hmm.
basically I'm a liar. But
I
I
may
never
have been
tricked
drinking,
you.
so
Well, no, I think you
I
told me
don't
the same thing,
remember.
but don't tell me. I'll get us back on track here. But to answer your question about how dream life has been
Yes.
after baby, um, I've been like having some more nightmare dreams again, like I did after Molly, and I think it's just because of my anxiety and everything again, like
Right.
postpartum, like hormone shit. So, and I did recently just up my anxiety medicine, so we'll see what that makes a turn in my dreams as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had like a short like snippet dream that I'm not gonna like do a whole episode on. Like I dreamt the one night. This is all I remember is that I thought I was like pregnant in my dream. And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't felt the baby move all day, and like I forgot that I was pregnant. But like I was also holding a beer in my dream, and I was like, wait, I'm not pregnant. Like it was like my body was
Mm,
like confused. Like, but should you like what are you doing?
that's funny.
um, but yeah, I've had some like definitely like fucked up dreams that I definitely will be sharing.
Mm,
One's like really like fucked up, like what how did that even like happen type of dream.
mm.
Like so I kind of see the same like pattern happening like after I
Sit.
had Molly. Like
Right.
yeah. But
Well, that's understandable.
yeah.
So pretty similar then. You
Mhm.
know, one pregnancy, one baby, two babies.
Yeah.
Well,
Um and today's dream I'm talking about is when I was pregnant, and it's just a really random one.
good. Mine's
So
pretty. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I mentioned a Halloween theme episode. I should probably keep my one now for Halloween theme, but not happening. So I've
I
actually been.
haven't.
I recorded this one like months ago, and probably like 2 months, 2 or 3 months ago, and I
Mhm.
forgot about it. So I was really when I was looking through which ones to share for today, I was really excited about it.
I don't even know why I'm sharing this one. I feel like it's very boring, and I feel like it's not a good comeback episode one. I was telling Jess, I was like, man, when we record, like, I was like, there's a lot of pressure.
I
Well,
know.
like last week I dropped the episode with like like visitors' dreams, listeners' dreams, visitors.
Creepy.
Uh,
Ooh, I just actually that gave me an idea. I have so many visitors who come stay with me. I
you
should
should
start a
keep
dream
a
journal.
dream. Yes.
Uh,
Oh my gosh, that's
but
fantastic.
like
I
that,
love it.
nobody like ever. I feel like everyone's always like, I don't remember my dreams. Like
I
bullshit. You
know.
remember little snippets. Like, come on.
That's what I say. That's what Trevor says. He doesn't remember his dreams. Then he'll be like, okay, so I was recording a TikTok with him, and I was like talking about like the dreams last night, and I end up like ending the TikTok, and he goes, well, I did dream last night. I go, well, why didn't you say it for the TikTok?
I
I was
think
like,
people like
okay.
forget about it or something. I don't know.
I
But
don't know.
yeah,
I
so
think
that's a good
people are
idea.
embarrassed of their dreams too.
Yeah, that too. Well, I
I'm
mean,
not embarrassed to share dreams anymore. I've now just talked about babies and washers and sex and everything else, and now I'm like, whatever, here we go.
well, I'm excited to hear your comeback dream, even though
All
it's
right.
You
Y'all,
say
I'm
boring, but
sorry.
I'm still excited nonetheless. Big drum
I
roll.
just really wanted to come back with like a good, like fun, like story like dream, and like this is the one I pulled up and decided to do. Like it's just after I just keep looking at it and I'm like,
You
whatever.
know,
All
you
right.
you you picked it for a reason,
Dreams.
so let's go. Let's see.
Okay, so this dream is called House Buying in 2021.
All right. Very, very precise.
And now I'm having like now I'm nervous that I did this dream. I didn't do this dream. That would be terrible. Oh well. Okay.
I feel like you talked about doing it. Just go ahead.
I think that I may have mentioned this dream to you before
I think,
outside the podcast.
yeah, because you were dreaming a lot about houses. We,
Yeah.
we, we talked about that at one point. So,
Yes.
all right, go
So
ahead.
here we go. All right. So my husband and I are buying a new house. And now these owners that we're buying from, they're like very, very odd. There were like only 3 or 4 photos of the house online that we saw. And each was like very blurry. I'm
Wait, now I'm
sweating.
cracking up because if you already did this dream and you're like, oh, I don't even know why I picked this dream. I feel like it's kind of boring or something. But it would be hilarious if you picked it twice. Like, so I don't think so. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think I did this. Now that I'm like reading it,
I
I
don't.
just think that I prepped it so many different times to get ready to record and then I
Right,
chose a different one.
right.
All right.
So weird,
So,
weird sellers.
yes, they're very weird, very odd. There's only 3 or 4 photos of the house online that we saw, and they were each like blurry, like you know when you would like take a picture and like move the camera and it would have like blurred
Mm-hmm.
um and it was like very brown in color, like dingy, like dark looking in the house, like
Mm-hmm.
just not like painted white walls or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um and the owners were in the photos like as well,
Okay.
like of the house. So it looked like they were like taken by surprise, and like the people were on like the move, like oh shit, gotta get out of the way of this photo. Um, so the one that I like really remember, the one picture was like this lady on the steps. I do recall an outside photo as well, and it looked like a ranch and had like a lot of flat open land, but the photo was taken like far away from the house, so like once again, like no clear image of the house.
Mm-hmm.
We also never went and saw the house before starting the buying process. We were just like, we want this. Okay, and so the owners had 2 golden retrievers,
No.
and they owned, but they were selling those dogs with the house as well. Like the dogs came with the house.
Sold. I'll take it.
Probably why I was like, we gotta buy this.
Right.
So there was one boy and one girl. The boy kind of was chill, like a chill doggo. He just kind of kept to himself, enjoyed just lounging on the couch. The girl was like the typical spunky, full of energy golden retriever.
Right.
She was on the smaller side of them. We already had the dogs living with us though too, like at my house now. Like they gave it to us, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
early. Um, so then when our realtor would call us to discuss house things, he would call us through a baby monitor that was hung on a wall.
Mm-hmm.
So he called the one time and the monitor was on the wall at my grandma's house. Shocker that my grandma's house would be on. I know, you guys are all sick of it. And so it was like a video monitor, and he was like FaceTiming us through a baby monitor.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking to him about everything we need to do. And the really important thing that he kept telling us that we need to do, we needed our dentist to go help him to get the house done, or like to get the closing done on the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to call my dentist to get him to go over to my realtor's house to help. They didn't need us there. Like he just needed my dentist there, not us
Of
there
course.
too. So then we realized at this time it was 8:30 a.m. and Trevor's super late for work. And I ended up taking him to work. And I saw one of his boss's car and I was like, oh shit, like he's gonna be so pissed that Trevor's like gonna be late or whatever. So there were like a bunch of other guys that were late as well, and they were heading in to work, but like this boss did only cared that Trevor was late, like did not give 2 shits about like the other guys showing up late. Well, I just really zoomed in. um So where I dropped him off, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. I did not plan this and forgot this part was in the dream. Where I was dropping him off was at the Lion's Head Brewery.
See, I
And
knew
I'm
I
working
knew
Lion's Head.
something was gonna come together.
That's hilarious. Listen, look at that. Look, like I planned it. I'll just edit that out and be like, plan this shit, bitch. Just kidding.
Uh,
Anyways, so that's where I was dropping this off, is at Lion's Head, which I have not been there for
Wait,
years.
and I feel like I
Like
need to clarify. So Lion's Head is a type of beer. Jaynee, how often do you typically drink Lion's Head?
I mean, I used to all the time because I was gonna mention, like, I used to live there. My dad used to work there.
Right,
Um, but I haven't drank Lion's Head in probably like at least 2 years.
right. That's a yeah. You get go through waves and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a good cheap beer though.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
yeah. Um, okay. But when I was going to leave, after dropping him off at the brewery there, I lost my spot. Okay, so I had to drive through these automatic doors and I couldn't like turn out of them. I kept having to like back up and redo it, like just like I kept like fucking up driving. And all these guys are like making fun of me as I'm trying to do this, and they're laughing at me and they're like, tractor trailers go through those doors all the time and you can't get your car through there.
Hmm.
Not helping me in the
No,
dream.
no.
So I guess I finally made it through there. And next thing you know, I'm at my aunt's house. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot how this dream just really takes a turn. This is a good one, guys. Just kidding. It's a good random one.
I knew that would be the case.
All right, so I'm at my aunt's house, which is your mother-in-law's house.
Okay.
But on the way there, I do recall seeing all these like awesome houses that were like cabins, like a dream house of mine. But I'm buying the odd house that I've never seen before.
Hmm.
Looking at dream houses still. So, at my aunt's house, this was our friend Tara's mom's house that was my dream. Like that's who like lived there, was
Hmm.
Tara's mom, not your
Okay.
mother-in-law. So, and Tara's mom hated me, like absolutely hated me in this dream, which I have no idea where this would come from because this woman has been nothing but sweet to me my whole life. Like she's so nice, and she does not hate me in real life, or if she does, she's hiding it very well. But you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Um, but she did not like me at all, and I was making these sausage caps in a sub for my lunch, and there were workers there as well, like construction type of workers, and they wanted salad and pizza. So like clearly, I think like I'm half at work here, half at someone's house. Like I'm
Hmm.
a little confused in my dreamland. And they wanted the salad before the pizza. So Tara's mom was still annoyed that I was still there, like making food. So I like packed up my food I was cooking, and I was like, I'll just cook this at my house. So as I'm leaving, Tara texts me and is like, I'm having such a hard time selling these tickets. She still had 25 for her and 25 left of Mocha's to sell, which is my dog. She was selling 25 tickets for my dog.
Hmm.
Um, and I was like, shit, I forgot about them. And I was trying to calculate like how much I would have to buy. And I was like, oh my gosh, it would be $2,500. Like, I do not have that. Like, I can't buy all these tickets myself. And my mom wouldn't even buy one from me for some reason. So I'm like, damn it, Mocha, you gotta sell these tickets. So
Poor Mocha.
I head to my grandma's house and I call my mom and I was like bitching and just venting about how bad Tara's mom hated me. And that's the end of the
Oh
dream.
my God.
So this is definitely a random
Yeah, this is a mind dump, I think.
yeah. And I could like do like house buying in this right now is crazy. I've definitely heard people buying houses without looking at them because they just want to like jump on and get the house.
Oh yeah.
Um
Oh, that happens down here all the time in Myrtle Beach
yeah.
because people they sell too quick. So
Yeah.
people up north buy houses they never saw.
Tying in a little bit about, well, I love log cabin houses. So that's why that was in there.
Hmm.
Dogs, I just like dogs. Work related in there a little bit. We always have construction type people come in for work, like aren't come in for work, come in for like lunch and stuff.
Hmm.
Tara's mom, I have no clue where that came from.
Yeah, I think that had to
Ticket
be like part of
selling,
the
like
mind dump.
yeah, ticket selling, like I don't know, it just reminds me of like when my husband was volunteer firefighter and we had to sell like all these Jeep tickets like all the time and they were just expensive and hard to sell and we'd end up like buying a bunch of them.
I hate that's how that stuff always works.
Uh-huh. Hell. Um but yeah, so I figured there was a lot of numbers in these dreams, so I haven't visited number meaning in a while, so I figured that we would do that today
Yes,
with
yes,
this one.
yes.
So there were two dogs that I was getting. Two symbolizes balance and harmony, If you've been having conflict lately, have faith that it'll be settling soon. If you keep seeing the number 2, you might need to work on partnerships, or relationships might need a little work. If you are feeling things that can't go wrong, you need to continue that mindset, but beware of negative things that might start to try to sway your thinking.
Now, was this a dream while you were pregnant?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I didn't know if it was pregnant or after pregnancy.
Now this is
Okay.
pregnant. Okay, 8:30, the time that Trevor was being late for work. This is a rare angel number. This is symbolizing death and resurrection. So out with the old, in with the new. Some part of you or part of your life is ending and something is starting. The best part of yourself is trying to shine through. Also could be showing your creative side. Also the value of 8-3 is 11, so it symbolizes movement and financial success. So I want to add a sidebar here. I keep seeing 11:11 and like 11:01 on clocks. And this is like a recent thing. Like this is me now. I added this in.
Okay.
So I just figured we'd go into it. And so I just want to talk about 11:11. So first, the universe heard your thoughts and you are concentrated on, and they will manifest soon.
Wait, are you
Second,
saying
be
this
sure
in dreams or are you saying this in real life?
this is real life.
Okay.
My 11:11
Okay.
thing that I wanted to add into is just because it was with numbers.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about what it could mean.
Okay.
Second, be sure you're focused on your thoughts clearly, and it's actually something that you want to manifest, in that you are being specific about it.
Okay.
3, mainly be sure you are aware of your thoughts. Everything in your life is a direct response to what you're thinking. So this could be a message like telling you like, hey, double check that like you really want what you're like working towards or like thinking of or like trying to manifest or whatever.
Right.
It could also mean a loved one who passed is seeking to leave you a message. Man, my bracelet just took out my headphones. Got
That's
caught.
pretty
It was like
intense. That's
freaked
pretty
out.
serious.
Whoa. So a loved one who passed could be seeking to leave you a message, being called to awaken your higher self, physical versus non-physical you. It's time to start looking at the bigger picture of you. Start making decisions with your heart, not your head. And finally, set an intention, aka make a wish, which is something I do every time I see 11:11, and I always think that it has to be made before it turns 11:12.
I feel like if it turns, then you missed your
Doesn't like
chance, or it's like the opposite's
exactly.
gonna come true.
Yeah,
Like
like don't
like
make
if
don't wish,
you
make it that way.
yeah. Ugh.
And then the last thing I looked up 25, which is the number of tickets Mocha had to sell. And it just means intuition and self-awareness. Wisdom is also associated with this number. If you keep seeing this number, big changes could be coming your way. Just remain strong during these changes.
All right.
And that's it. A
And
little
that's
something
all
different.
relevant towards someone who's about to have a child, which would have been
Yeah.
you. So,
Especially like now looking back, like at the 831, like out with the old and with the new,
right.
like
And like even like relationships, because like like your marriage changes with the second
oh
child,
yeah.
your relationship with your first child
Yep.
changes, like you as a person and a mom
Mm-hmm.
change, there's so
Oh yeah.
very relevant.
Yes. And I didn't actually like see all this until um like now actually. Like I
Hmm.
didn't really recognize this when I first did it all. Even number 2, like 2 dogs, like 2 kids now.
Hmm.
Look at this. Just tying all kinds of shit into here.
Hmm. Yeah, this is a solid comeback dream. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is. And I love when I like do an older dream like every once in a while where I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about this part.
It
Oh,
is.
this.
It's so incredible to me how even if you just jot down some stuff
Uh-huh.
about older dreams, how if it was like a good solid dream, how it really is committed to your memory, like it really happened.
Do you ever like jot down a couple notes? Like I was looking at my phone at some notes,
Hmm.
um, and I like looked at this one and I was reading and I was like, "What the fuck is that
Oh
dream?" Like
yeah.
there's a couple notes where I'm like, I couldn't tell you
Oh yeah.
the whole, but apparently I thought it was really good then, but now you have no can't. Can't talk about that one because
Oh man, I forgot about
I
this. Yeah, I
should
was gonna try to find you a an example here,
oh, I can find you one too. Yeah, I should do like
but
an
oh man,
episode
that
of
was
that
a
of just
funny
like
one too with my nurse. I forgot. Man, I got some good ones in here. I didn't even get that far. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Marijuana leaves old roommates. Molly was my baby. And I remember this. I'm not gonna finish this one because if I could actually piece it together again, this is pretty funny. It involved your Molly. That was funny.
what was the one that I was
Whiskey
reading?
shot consults.
Listen to these notes. Tent, camping, pooping, cookies, pain, Conforti kids, no scrub thing. Like that was a note on August 11th. Oh, that was like 1 month after. Oh, wait, that's like the night I
I dream
had
about
a
zombies a
baby.
lot. The van, hurricane slash snow slash tumble downhill. Cam saying he needs a beer. Me and Mom and Paul in the old house watching Christmas special, but then we had to leave. At one point, June from The Handmaid's Tale and zombies. Wasn't scared though, avenging the death of her 3 husbands. And it is for some reason that dream is entitled The Van. Yeah,
What the hell? This one, like this, I have. I don't know, like this one, Unabomber,
this is
bottle,
actually pretty
bottle
funny.
bomb.
It's like broken dream snippet dream episode. We just need to do an episode.
I think we
It's
should
like
ghost
a
walking.
TikTok mashup. Like
Warehouse names, shirts. Oh, look, here's my. Oh, this dream was from July 14th because I just found my notes about it.
oh my god, mine was on July 14th.
Shut
I'm
up.
not kidding you. The one I just read, the van, July
Oh,
July 14th.
I thought you meant. I meant like the dream I talked about today was from
Oh,
July 14th.
oh, well, that's the one I just read. No, that's funny. The broken snippet one I just read. The van.
Like
That was
this
my dream
one,
on July 14th.
drove to my grandma's. My aunt was there in frozen PJs. Grandma bought a new gate, and it was heavy, and it had a cloud on it. Said dream. My sister was there too now. Grandma was feeding us sweets. Sister had to pick the kids up from school. I don't,
That is so
oh my
good.
gosh, I like really wrote this one out too, but I don't recall it.
Well, the one
They
I
were
thought, now
going
that
to
I
take
said it out
mommy to
loud, I actually really, like, it was from probably early July and it all just kind of started racing back to me. Like I said, if I can actually like portray it and organize it how I remember it, you'll find it hilarious because it features like you and your and Molly and Carly's in it, so it's funny.
My phone's totally gonna die, but that doesn't matter.
All right, so that's funny. Yeah, we definitely need to do a snippet, a broken dream, snippet dream,
Yeah,
or
I
like
didn't like
dream
think
fails. All right, so
you get a bigger picture of my room
yeah,
now.
I
A
do.
big
I
zoom.
now Janie just switched views here. She went from her
Oh,
phone
that's
to
so
her
cute.
webcam.
This is hilarious. It keeps just coming up. Are you speaking? Unmute and try again. They're probably like, this asshole sitting there going, can you hear me?
Well, they probably had to add um like help tips and assistance for people of all ages now are like web messaging, talking, video chatting a lot more with COVID.
Hayne is talking about like old people, but she didn't want to say old people.
Or me, I'm technically technologically challenged, so
She really is.
I'm an
No,
old soul
no, I
though.
got you.
But yeah, old
I
people.
get you.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I'm just messing
Because
with you.
I'm sure so many old people are listening to this podcast. What?
That's who we aim for. With
That's
what
pretty much
fuck did
who
I
I
drink
hang out
last
with
night?
like 90% of my day. So, and I love it. I truly do. But I'm used to don't want to just want to keep everybody happy here. All right. So my
All right.
dream is entitled "Dream in a Dream,"
Oh, this
and
message just keeps popping up. I gotta like exit. Like, if I just exit it, will you just go away? Because I'm gonna giggle every time it comes up. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Dream in a dream.
So dream in a dream, and then I made it. It's the notes to myself start out in Inception type shit. So
Oh, sweet. Oh, this is yeah, okay, I like
I was
these.
pretty stoked about it. After I had this dream and kind of reading back, I think I thought it was way cooler. Like as far as I think I thought it was way more like the movie Inception after it happened than how I'm looking back and reading it now. But it was still a cool dream. And I can kind of relate it to one I've had before. So,
I'm
uh,
getting vibes, like, I'm thinking about my simulation dream. Is it
yeah,
something like that?
yeah, because I know we've kind of touched on this before, but I wasn't lucid dreaming in this dream, so it wasn't like I don't think true inception. But let me tell the
What
dream, and then
if
I'll
we,
go
like,
from there.
do lucid dream and we were just like, "No, I don't lucid dream." What if
Probably,
someone's
I
listening and be
feel
like,
like
"You
we,
assholes, that is what lucid dreaming is." I'm like, "No, it's
I
not."
feel like we like really built up lucid dreaming, and like it's pretty common. So I feel like people are like,
You
yeah,
guys
that's
are
lucid
idiots.
dreaming.
Yeah.
Like y'all got it.
You guys are dumb. Why do you
Um,
have a dream podcast?
so thanks. Thanks, you non-existent anticipated assholes. Just
And that's
kidding.
why I upped my anxiety medicine. Cheers.
apparently,
Okay, go
apparently, I
ahead.
need to or start some after the dream I tell you. So,
Oh man, okay.
so I was I drew about zombies a lot. So it was basically the first part of this dream. Um, it was like the majority of the world was affected by like a virus or something that turned them into a zombie like state. So everybody is just like walking around in this dream sleepy state.
Mhm.
And it's not like they're all aggressive and like blood hungry per se, like your typical zombie. But if they find you and they notice like you're not like them, and then they'll come after you and attack you. I don't really know what happens. Like I don't think they eat you, but apparently it's nothing good because I was scared of it. So
Well, yeah, I don't want to be attacked by a zombie looking thing.
yeah, so I was not affected by this. So in the dream, um, there were some people who were not affected by the virus or who are not in this sleepy dreamlike state. Trans, I guess, is the way to like a spell almost. Um,
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, we got transgender zombies is what I thought for a second there. I was really,
yeah, no, after
really
I said
like
that, I was like, yeah, I guess, yeah, I want to clarify. So a
in a
spell,
trance.
yeah, like a spell or like a
In a
daze,
trance.
yeah.
I got you.
So those who were not affected by this and who were, you know, alert and awake and like normal selves were called
Mhm.
the awakened. So it was felt that the awakened were the chosen ones in the dream to help save those in the dream-like state and like the spell who were under the spell. So basically, it was like the awakened's purpose and responsibility to basically like save the world. So
Uh-huh.
I was part of the awakened, and I was trying to figure out like what to do and who to go to and how to help and just kind of like what the hell is going on. So at one point I was walking through this house and I was walking down a hallway and I walked into a bedroom and it was more like a really big walk-in closet. And there was a girl, a blonde girl about my age who was like crouched on a top shelf in the closet,
Oh.
and hiding essentially. And she was pretending to be like one of the asleep, the zombies. I don't know what they were called. I guess the asleep because they weren't the
The
awakened. Um,
the sleepers.
yeah, so she was hiding, and then she noticed that when I walked in the room, and she noticed that I was kind of like fumbling and bumbling about, and I was probably clearly one of the awakened. She awoke as well, so she was trying to teach me how to act like one of the zombies and how to basically protect me so that I wouldn't get caught by the zombies and then I wouldn't get caught by some of the other awakened who were like bad people. So apparently there
Oh
were
man,
some of the
there's
awakened.
like no good people.
Hmm?
I said there's like no good people.
No, yeah. So I kind of got the impression that there's, like the good awakened who are trying to save the world, but then there's the bad awakened, and um, they are for some way or some reason or another thriving or liking this version of the world, so they want to take the good guys down, so take us down, and
Yeah.
they don't want the world to change. I don't know what they benefit from, but we did not get into that in my dream. So this girl, she's trying to teach me kind of how to survive, and she was basically like, listen, let's just, this is how you survive, like when we have to go out and get supplies. But otherwise, I've been doing this for a while. We can just kind of live our lives out here, like in this closet in peace. Like no one's going to mess with us. And I'm like, I don't really want to just like live in this closet. I mean, what kind of life is that? So as she's teaching me this, we can hear stuff outside the door. Um, and, someone opens the door and it's this older woman who almost like in my memory, it's almost like a witch or somebody. But she was
Yeah.
one of the bad people, and um, she was kind of hunting those of us who were awakened. Um, and she didn't say any words, but she had dogs like hunting us basically. So when the door opened, the dog came in first. The woman was just outside the doorway, but she didn't speak anything or say anything to me. But I wasn't scared of the dog. So, and then after that is when I woke up for the first time in my dream. So it was like the dog, I got a sense of something from the dog and it wasn't scary or anything. And then I woke up, but I woke up in
Hmm.
the dream. So the next part of my dream, I was in a, I was sitting around a table and it was in a corner booth essentially with about five other people. And one of which was Tara. And it was like a big party or social
They're
gathering.
making an appearance in
I
both
was
of the
about to
dreams.
say, I was going to say that when you said Tara, I was going to like double feature Tara, come back. Our number one fan. um,
Facts. She texts me every Wednesday.
yes, here you go, Tara. Thank you. So double feature. So, um, when I woke up from the zombie dream, which Tara and I have like a big kind of I swear when I think about dreaming about zombies, I always think about Tara. So I guess naturally I would tell her about my dream in my dream. So when I woke up in the dream in the corner booth, I was telling Tara and my other friends, like four or five people around me, um, about the dream I just had. And I
Hmm.
was like, yeah, guys, it was wild. Like there were these zombies and yada, yada, yada. And at this time, somebody got up to the microphone and started singing John Mayer, Your Body is a Wonderland. Um, like that was like it was karaoke or something at a
That's
party. I
great.
don't know. So my husband makes his appearance
So
now
random.
in the
That's
dream.
fantastic.
But like my husband wasn't like Cam like wasn't my husband in the dream. It was like we were at one of your basement parties or something again, like in middle school.
Uh-huh.
Um, and this is like where I would actually met my husband in real life, or that's how I knew him before we were dating. So he and I didn't have like a relationship at that point in middle school. We were just acquaintances, and that's like who we were in the dream. So Cam was like with a different group of people, and he was like, can we please stop playing Your Body is a Wonderland at this party? Like, it's really not a great party song. And then like his like posse was like, oh yeah. Like making fun of this poor kid who is singing John Mayer, like putting himself out there. I don't know who he's singing Your Body's a Wonderland to, but that takes guts, okay? So I'm like, listen, so
I
like
love this. I don't know why. I think it's because I could see Cam. being that
Yeah,
asshole.
and
I
meanwhile, like,
love
he's my husband now, but it was, like, in this dream, and this is, like, probably something that would have happened,
that.
like, 20 years ago or something.
Yes, 100%.
So or 50, I don't even know. So anyways, and
Sorry,
so
Cam.
Cam's like, "Yeah, I love you, honey." And it was like he was just trying to be like a little, when you're like 14 and you like don't know your place in the world and
Yes.
you're just like trying to like somewhat fit in and be
Oh,
cool.
that's yeah.
Because he's not like an asshole. Like even if he would say something, he would still say this now, but he wouldn't be like a dick about it to embarrass somebody. He would just like,
No,
dude,
but
quit saying John
I can
Mayer.
hear him go, like I can hear his
Yeah.
laugh.
So so Cam's like,
Sorry, Cam.
yeah, like that's not a great party song. Can you stop singing John Mayer? And like laughing. And then we were like our group, like in the corner booth, was like, well, obviously it's part of the talent show lineup, man. Like we can't help it. Like clearly, who is this kid? Like, does he know what's going on? Like the talent show is a crucial part of this party. Is kind of like what I
Oh,
got. And then I put tear laughing face emoji in my notes. So then Cam must have been like, okay, whatever. Because then he and his group like peace out to go outside and show him the yard. So, so then I continued telling Tara and my posse around the table about my dream. And then I woke up.
so you're not even appreciating the John Mayer singing.
No. Yeah, like I wasn't even like listening to
You're
him.
not even listening, but at least you're like, I'm still gonna stick up for this kid. I might not be paying any attention to him, but damn it, he deserves to do it.
Yeah, and
And now I'm fighting for this kid singing John
I
Mayer.
don't even know who the kid
I'm
was.
upset.
I don't even know who the kid was. And it was literally like on a karaoke machine. Like
Oh man,
and for the record,
I'm
I
all
love,
fired up.
yeah, and it's a great song, but it is not a great party song. I have to agree with Kim. So yeah, so then I woke up from that dream, and then I woke up in real life. Um, and when I woke up in real life, I just made a note that I was in like, I felt like I just got like the deepest sleep, like when you wake up from like a really restful sleep, and I was
Yes.
in the most comfortable position in my bed and just was like, like, and I made a note that I took Benadryl the night before. Like I took Benadryl that night to go to bed. So
I always feel like in those like when things like that, like you wake in a dream, but you didn't wake in real life. It's like your body's trying to wake up, and it's like, oh, just kidding, we're not there yet. I mean,
yeah,
it's just kind of like Inception. Like that's what.
right. So I was
So
researching this.
I feel like I just like was a broken record there when I said that.
No,
It's
well,
okay.
I was researching this concept, like a dream in a dream, and it kept leading me to lucid dreaming. And this was not a lucid dream. I guess it was a lucid dream in the fact that the second part of the dream I knew that I dreamt before, but I did not know in that state that I was not awake. Or does that make
So
sense?
like, is that lucid
I
dreaming?
guess it is, but I felt like I was like, it was like dumb lucid dreaming because I did not know that I was dreaming in part two. I thought I was awake.
Yeah. Eventually, guys, I am really going to look into lucid dreaming and more about it and reading about it and stuff like that.
Well, I
I
know,
just think
like,
it'll
we
be
know
cool.
the concept. I just think of lucid dreaming as like
Yeah, no, I
legitimate
meant
lucid
like
dreaming. Like, I am going to go do blank. I think there's
yeah.
complete variations of lucid dreaming, and there's little like snippets of it. Sure.
That's
So,
my point. Is like I just want to like actually like read about it and know
right,
about it.
right, right. So, yeah. So, I, in a sense, this was, I guess, kind of like a mini lucid dream. But I kept trying to get past sources that said, lucid dreaming and this and that. So, um, the best I could gather after just kind of like my general reading, I'm not quoting any specific source here. Nothing really sufficed to where I can say like, blank, blank, blank quoted this.
Yeah.
But kind of what I generally gathered was this kind of concept of a dream in a dream. It's often your brain's way of protecting you from something. And then and frankly, though, I was still kind of confused by it. So I almost thought of it to what you just said. Um, I think it was like I was in such a great sleep. It was like my mind wasn't ready to wake up yet.
Yeah, like you were
So
just slowly waking up.
yeah, and I felt that when I actually finally woke up in real life. I mean, I could tell like I was in a really good quality sleep.
Yeah.
So when I woke up in the first from the first part of the dream, what prompted me to wake up was fear. So the witch or the bad person found us and walked in the closet. And that emotional response is typically what prompts people to wake up from a dream. It's like dying in a dream, or if you're going to get shot, or, you
Yeah.
wake up right before the car actually wrecks. So I think that's what caused me to wake up. But then my body was just like, I'm not ready to actually wake up. Um, and I probably in some part of my mind felt like this was such a quality dream or interesting dream to tell you guys that I
You wanted to keep it
yeah,
going.
so part 2, I was like
Yeah.
so eager to tell you guys
Like
like in
discuss
real
it.
life that I just started to tell you in my part
Yes.
2. So actually the more I think about this, I guess it really is kind of a lucid dream because
Yeah.
in part 1 I remembered it was almost like I was out of body, or like I was like the narrator of like a show, and it was like, the awakened were the chosen ones meant to save people from this land. Like
Yeah.
it was like I was like thinking through all of this. It's not like that blonde girl was like, you are part of the awakened. It was like I already knew all that as it was
Yes.
unfolding. So, look at that. All right, haters. It was a lucid dream. Anticipated assholes, you're right. But again, I guess it just kind of lends to there's different variations of lucid dreaming and what one would define as a lucid dream. Um,
Yes.
but what,
Also, the beginning, like it sounds like I don't want to get political, but it sounds like my damn like Facebook war. You gotta wake up and see what's happening. You gotta do this and that. Like it's like
yeah, yeah. I mean,
my
I'm sure
Facebook is just like Republicans versus Democrats,
yeah. And then it
Trump
was like,
versus
of
Biden.
course,
Like
like a virus or something caused the world to be like this.
yes.
And I mean, you could draw so many themes and symbols and everything from this.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was it like the awakened are people that feel one way, and um even like you could even do something as like depending where you fall, the vaxxers or the anti-vaxxers, and then the ones
That's what I
sleeping,
mean. That's what I was
like
gonna say. Like
you could do, it's like, oh, let's just stay here in the closet, and
the Republicans are the waking people, and the
yeah,
Democrats are
or
the
vice
damn
versa, wherever you lie.
zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it
man, I didn't
just
even think about that. So
oh, that's exactly where I went. I have a lot of arguing or not arguing people on my Facebook. I have a lot of
like
strongly
yeah, and just
opinionated people. Yeah.
confrontational. Yeah, so I mean that's certainly where that could have stemmed from. I also wonder. I'm watching a show on Apple TV right now called SEE, which is very good, but it's like for centuries the human race. Um, they at one point they lost their vision. A virus um, caused all of humankind to lose their vision. So for hundreds of
Oh.
years, they've had to evolve without sight.
Mhm.
And then suddenly children start to emerge who can see again.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I actually think that's kind of where this came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like everybody's in this sleepy, somber state, and then there's those of us who started to become awakened. That's really where I think this stemmed from. It's a great show if you guys have not seen it. It's very good.
Is that you say Apple
So
TV?
kind of just picking out some symbols. I noted whenever I was about to wake up from part 1, although the witch was coming in, and I was anxious and kind of
Wait,
nervous
hold on.
from
Stop
that.
1 second.
It was Apple TV, yes. Um, when I was waking up from part
Wait.
1, which in the kind of fear of that, like woke me up. But the dog, even though it was her dog, like didn't scare me. And dogs are, often felt to be, I was actually kind of looking at this too for um for your dream.
Yeah.
But dogs are felt to
Sorry,
be
I X out everything.
yeah, so similar through different sources, but Anti-Flow, of course, notes that dogs can be a symbol of protection, um, or a simple warning in a dream. Um, some note that their sense of loyalty and friendship and protection. So, which is pretty appropriate for what happened in that dream.
Oh yeah.
And it was like and I think that's how I just woke up enough to enter part two of a dream or a lighter state of consciousness.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I wasn't gonna dive into any symbols of things like karaoke or John Mayer
No.
symbolism in a dream.
What
um,
does it mean when I dream about John Mayer?
yeah. so so that's that. I thought it was a pretty interesting dream. I thought it was really cool. Um, I did
Yeah,
not
that.
realize it was kind of a form of lucid dreaming until I say it out loud now, which seems to happen to us a lot. So
Yup.
once you talk through it and through it with somebody else, you're like, huh, son of a bitch. So maybe I'll have more Inception like dreams. We will see.
But that like researching about like Inception, or like how I was trying to research that dream, that simulation dream that I had,
hmm
was very, very hard for me to like research, because weird things kept coming up, and it was like taking me into like a whole nother like book where I was like, wait, I this is really interesting, but this is nothing that I'm actually trying to find.
hmm
So I know what you mean, like by like you like it kept coming up like lucid dreaming and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
and
that's why
I think it's such a hard thing to talk about, and that's why we keep putting it off, just because we don't want to do, you don't want to just spew off like what a website tells you about lucid dreaming. I think
no.
we all know the general concept of what lucid dreaming is. So, we just kind of want to make it a version of our own, and kind of, I feel, draw
And
personal experiences from it and make it
exactly.
in
And
a
there's
relatable way, because I'm sure there's a lot more people like us who feel they've never lucid dreamed where they really probably have.
yeah, and there's so many like I know like I have a bunch on our Instagram and stuff, like lucid dreamers and people who talk about it, people who teach it, people who can do this and that. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm not qualified for all that. We're not qualified for anything. We just like to talk about dreams.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that straight out that talk about dreams too. I mean, there's no qualification. I mean, unless you're like a neurologist or neuropsychologist, or you're on that level. But yeah, we do not have certification or anything like that.
I like
Once
to
you have
just
the next
record
level,
my voice and drink beer and
yes.
not be around
And I
children.
thank you to those of you who are legitimately qualified, like you psychologists and psychiatrists and
Oh
Freudians
yeah,
and all that over the years, because um,
Freudians.
it is a mystery. Dream world, dreamland, mystery.
I love it.
Um, so yeah. And it's funny because we say we are, initially we were kind of nervous to lucid dream, whereas really lucid dreaming, it's almost like a form of protection,
Yes.
in dreamland. So I don't know, it's just kind of, it's ironic, I guess.
Yeah.
The more I read about it, I'm like, oh, maybe we should actively start trying to lucid dream.
Maybe I do this all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. I know. I know. Um now that I like been suck I'm kind of like going on a different page here, sorry, but it just popped in my head. I've kind of been slacking with weird dreams too lately, writing them down because I get up at like all these odd times having a newborn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like either I wake up and I'm like, oh my god, that's a great dream, and I start like feeding Penny, and I'm like, I need to write this down right now, and
Yeah.
then like I don't, and like pass back out. I'm like, well, sorry. Sometimes my health has to come. Need that sleep to
Yeah,
function, but then I get so angry when I like wake up and I'm like, damn it,
I
like
struggle with that a lot. And I probably do miss out on some good interpretation and dreaming with that, but
yeah.
I sometimes have a hard time falling back asleep, so I really try not to disrupt things in the middle of the night. If I'm
I
already
mean, but
up
I'm
or I have to
like,
go to the bathroom or something, then fine, I'll jot it down real quick.
yeah, like I'm like up and awake and like feeding a child, like walking
Right.
around, like I should write that. Like I get pissed off at myself.
You
Like,
know,
damn it, you're already awake. Write it
give
down,
yourself
bitch.
some grace.
Yeah, I know. Oh
Us
well.
vivid dreamers have plenty of other opportunity typically. So fair enough. Although it would be
Yeah.
interesting if you made notation of when. This would be like really go getter, but you like
Oh
before
man.
feeding, like later in the night. And I mean myself included. Like, is this a 2 a.m. dream or is this a right before I wake up for good dream?
Maybe I'll stick like a like where I feed her in the living room. Maybe I'll just stick like a notebook there. I mean, I could make it's really not that hard to do.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll be that overachiever.
Good. I'm proud of you. Do it up. Do it up, mama.
I'm gonna go put it there right now.
Good.
Well,
Bye.
I gotta go. See you later. Happy dreaming.
Copywriting.
Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget you can send us your dreams to wtfdidreamlastnight@gmail.com. You can find us on social media on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at WTFDidIDream. On Patreon at WTF Did I Dream Last Night, and we appreciate you guys listening, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode of me and Jess back together.
Woo
I missed
woo.
it.
Yes, it was a little. I had to brush off the cobwebs a little bit there, but
Yes.
and can I just say that ending, you nailed it. So good job. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. And if you have any good broken, funny snippet dream type things that we were
Yes.
talking about earlier, let us know. Or as always, as we kind of build to do lucid dream episode, or at least one version of it. If there's anything you want to hear or your own experiences, or you're not sure if it was a lucid dream or not, let us know. We can learn about it together.
Yes.
So, but until then, happy dreaming.
Bye. Yay.
Yay, yay.